Wow. So, what do you think of our bumper haul this weekend? Love it. Brain's gone blank. It'll come to me. Bear with.
Money comes and goes, mate.
How long shall I keep this on for?
Don't. It's not going anywhere.
Oh, we're doing.
Good morning. What a beautiful day. Absolutely stunning it is now. I think it's about 9:30. Been to the car boot, had some breakfast, some scrambled egg on toast, and got myself changed. And I want to show you what we got from the car boot because I think we got some decent stuff. So I'm going to go through that with you, and then I'm going to go out in the garden. Welcome to my office. If you're new around here, my name's Kirsten. I buy and sell vintage antiques, collectibles, secondhand, anything that I can sell online, on eBay, on my website, and in Antique Centre. Sorry, I always struggle with that sentence. Welcome back to my office, and it is rather full. I think it was Kaz that said in my comments last video when I showed off my lovely tidy office that I've done. She said, yeah, and then you go to the car boot and fill it up again. And this weekend, we have had a bumper weekend. 2 car boots, great amount of stock. So I thought I would show you a little bit more detail. Normally, I just give you a quick overview and then show you the items that I'm putting on my website. But today, I thought I'd go through a bit more individually and show you what I picked up. So let's make a start. So this is a little overview of our haul from Saturday morning car boot. I think today I'm going to go through it in a little bit more detail, but I just thought I'd show you it all as it's laid out like this, and then I'll go through it with you. I just got interrupted. Darren's like banging on the window out here. He's like, outside. And he said, I've got an idea. Now, whenever Darren used to say, I've got an idea, it would fill me with dread because it usually meant, let's open another shop. And when we had like 2 or 3 shops already, 3 small children working all the hours all day, I would just be like, oh God, what are you talking about? Luckily, it was nothing like that. And it's a very good idea, but I'm not going to tell you now. You're going to have to hang on and subscribe to Darren's channel, Gardening with Dogs, and go and find out sometime in the future what we've got planned. Anyway, back to the bumper haul of the weekend. Very excited. Do you want to see? Of course you do. That's what you're here for. Unless you like my gentle vlogs. If you like gentle vlogs just about life, working from home as a middle-aged woman, selling a bit of vintage, all just about, and talking about garden and the dogs and stuff, then stick around and subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, let's get started. Ooh, where am I going to start? I'm going to start with the small stuff, okay? And I'm not going to go into too much detail on each item because we'll be here all week if I do. Let's make a start with tins. So I got a few tins. I got this very pretty tin. This one is no idea, can't see it well enough. I'd have to get my magnifying glass out to see what that one is. Really, really pretty. I think that one will make its way to my website sometime soon. A nice English tea one. If you're new around here, I display lots of these in my kitchen on the top of the cabinets. Looks really cool. Look great in a little farmhouse style kitchen if you've got that kind of thing. Another one that I think will make its way to my website, unless I've already got this one. I know I've had it and sold it before, so had it at least. I'm pretty sure I've sold it. A nice little tobacco tin. I don't tend to pick up tobacco tins very much, but I like this one. And I've not heard of it. Bishop's Move. Is that one you know? Anyway, That's cool. I think that one will make its way to my website as well. When I say it will make its way to my website, it doesn't mean this week. It means sometime soon. Look at this. Fab, isn't it? Proper retro looking tin. Last time I had a proper retro looking tin, it sold straight away. So I have a feeling that one might go quickly as well. Love that. And then the last tin. Ooh. Sorry, I've got things stacked and I'm scared of knocking things over. A lovely floral one. It's a Quality Street tin. Didn't realise. But it's also got buttons and sewing stuff inside, which obviously is what you should use old tins for. So, not sure if I'll sell that together or separately. We'll see. Let's start on boxes. Okay, this one sort of is a crossover from tins to boxes because it is actually a little metal box, but it's been painted with roses, so it's got that like bargeware look about it. But isn't it cute? That is a beautiful little thing. Do you like that? Again, I think that's going to be a website thing. Here's a nice box. This one. It's all like marquetry, but in a lighter wood. It's very light, this box. There's the inside. It's just a nice little box, like that. And then this one, I love this. You see this a bit, don't you, on boxes? It's not, I don't know if it's like, it's a bit like Burr Walnut, but it could be something else similar, but gorgeous. That's that one. I am just going through things quickly. Oh, there's a cute little one here with a pewter Celtic knot on the top there. Little black wooden thing. That's cute. A brass covered box. So it's wood inside or underneath. Jewellery box. It's got different layers, look. But it's wood underneath. You can see there. Isn't that interesting? Like a casket jewellery box. And then my personal favourite of the day, which, some things I can't part with. I don't know if I can part with this or not. I'm not sure yet. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I just absolutely love this box. And it's a card box. It's a little bit stiff, but it's got cards inside. Oh, look, it's got a little scoring thing there as well. And also rules. Bazik. What's Bazik? Anyway, it's got cards in it and that. But isn't that stunning? Just look at that. Beautiful. Okay, let's move on to bits and bobs. Oh, right, okay. This one. Look at her face. How could you not fall in love with that face? Now, she is a little bit limp-necked. Like her head's just falling off a little bit. You can see it's sort of... But she's just so gorgeous. And look at her little dress with the pretty little flower there and little shoes. I just couldn't resist. So she will sit on my shelf with all my lovely teddies and stuff. And I'll put her on my website. This one's a little bit off-piece for me. I don't tend to buy pretty sort of china. I was watching recently an American YouTuber and they were going on about beautiful china and stuff. And I think there's more of a market for it in America. In England, people are over it, I think. But I think it will come round again because it is beautiful. Anyway, I couldn't resist this one. This is a Wedgwood plate or a bowl. But it's just such a dainty, pretty little pattern that I couldn't resist buying that. It is a bit dirty, needs a good clean. Has it got the pattern on there? Campion. So I just, so delicate, so lovely, couldn't resist. Again, glass isn't something that I tend to buy because I am clumsy as, so I prefer not to buy glass. But this just caught my eye as a little bit unusual. Look at that. It looks so mid-century, doesn't it? Almost like a UFO. And I thought, and then when I got it home, I was like, is it a vase? Because there's like that, you could put, but it's just this tiny bit at the top that's the vase. So the vase is literally that bit. And then all of this is just decorative. But isn't that unusual? Fascinating. I am going through these things pretty quickly just because I don't have time. Oh, a bit of Denby. Isn't that lovely? A Denby jug. Can't beat a bit of Denby. We had Denby as our wedding present, plates and bowls and stuff. Still using them. Lasts forever. Denby. You can't break it. If you don't like it, you can't break it. You're stuck with it. A nice bit of Torquay ware. Look at that. With the seagull. Isn't it lovely? I love Torquay's ware, this blue that they use. It's like a cobalt blue. It's so nice. And it's blue glaze over the brown. That's sort of very traditional with the Torquay ware. That one. Then I've got a couple of figurines. Again, not something I'd normally pick up, but this one I thought was interesting. It's a very stylized elephant. Just something a bit different. So I picked that up. And a little lion. I like that. I think that's it's Lomonosov, I think. Russian makers. Beautiful little figurines that they make. I didn't get much studio pottery this weekend, which is a bit of a surprise, but I have got a fair amount. So I did get this pretty little bowl. Again, it needs a bit of a wash, but isn't that lovely with the drips going down it? Just a simple, very pretty little bowl. So that was that. I got, I think this is like a Canadian figurine. I think I've had something similar before. It's not marked, I don't think. No. So an Inuit figure. There we go. This is very unusual. I do not know what it is, but I love it. Look at their faces. So they look like they're on a boat. Looks like candles have been put in the end there. But it's just fab. Look at their little hands holding on to each other's shoulders. Love that. That will probably go to the antique booth because that's quite heavy. Unless I find that it's worth lots on eBay. A couple of little figures. So I've got this one, a horse on a stone base, a copper horse. That one. Another horse, this one a brass one, like that. And then a Berlin bear souvenir piece. He's got a crown on. Sometimes it's surprising how much some of these souvenirs type things can go for. I just picked that one up because I thought I quite liked it. So that's that. Now, shall we go on to a little bit of kitsch? You know I like a bit of kitsch. So I got a couple of these little brass mouse ring holders, little pair. Aren't they cute? Very mid-century again. Those. I got an egg cup. Look how fab. Isn't that gorgeous? This little tail makes a handle. I'm assuming that's an egg cup, unless it's a vase. But I think that's an egg cup. Isn't it cute? This is that. I love monkeys. Can't resist a monkey. A little monkey in a top hat. Isn't he cute? Yeah, love a bit of kitsch. Money box. Big-eared dog. Look at his face. Gorgeous. It's got a bit of crazing, but he's fab. He's missing his stopper, but I've got a load of stoppers that I bought from eBay for that kind of scenario. Salt and pepper pots. Recently I've been picking up a lot of salt and pepper pots, but look how cute these two are. I mean, again, oh, can I sell these? These will make their way to my website. I love those. And also, oh, look at this. Look at the pixie sitting on a goose. How random is that? But love it. That is going on my website. Jubilee China, made in England. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I've got a money box, another money box. This one is just with a hare or a bunny on it. Bunnies are not my friend in the garden. Arthur Wood, that one. We are forever trying to keep them out of the garden. Another little pair of salt and pepper pots. Little chickens, whatever they are. I think they're chickens, aren't they? They're not ducks, are they? They're chickens. Birds. Should we say birds? And then another money box. It's a big fish, but look at his face. This one says, save your money or else. That's cool. It isn't one with a stopper, so it's one you'd have to break. It does have a maker's mark on the bottom, but it's a bit blurred. I'll have to spend a bit more time to look it up, but look, how cool is that? And then, these are unusual. I got a set. So there's these two, and then salt and pepper pots there. And these ones are like for tomato sauce or whatever. I'm assuming that's what that is, or vinegar, maybe. Cool, isn't it? It says made in Italy, I think, underneath. I saw, yeah, made in Italy. I thought they were kind of funky. Let's get on. Let's get a move on. Who used to have one of those paddles with the chickens when they would peck away? I used to love that. Well, this one's a bear making another bear by the look of it. Isn't that cool? Action figure. Love it. A mug. I picked that up because you know I love flowers. This one's Tiptoe Through the Tulips, and it's an RHS one. Oh no, Royal Botanic Gardens. Not an RHS. Royal Botanic Gardens. But yeah, isn't that lovely? Tulips. What else? Pair of pressed glass candlesticks. Pair of lovely antique brass candlesticks. A gong. I wasn't going to get this, but because it's like a gift thing, you know, like when somebody retires or something, it's got like their name inscribed on there. But listen, isn't that good? Love that. Okay, a little ashtray, Marksman Lager. Never heard of Marksman Lager, but there you go. It's one of those. Always love these sort of brass covered wooden. Brain's gone blank. It'll come to me. Bear with. Will it? Oh, it's gone. Darren's working out the front. I had to knock on the window. What's this called again? Spirit level. There you go. One of those. Some of those. Don't really know what this is, but why not? It's an enamel pot. Can't go wrong with a bit of an enamel. It's like a pan within a pan. Any idea? What is that? I'm sure Google will help me out by the time you see this. Google will have helped me out, unless it's still in my pile of things to sort, so feel free to leave me a comment. A little drafts type chess set thing in a box, like that. I think that's everything that's on my table, so bear with. Probably not the best angle. You got the mess of my stuff under my desk and all the stuff that we got today. Okay, so I've got a pile here of stuff to show you. I'll go for the lightest first. Hang on. A nice brass planter. I always pick up brass planters, so if I see one, I'm gonna get it. Really lovely studio pottery vase. How beautiful is this? This is something that will go to our antique centre in Louth. Our space rather, not our antique centre. Our space at the antique centre. These are stunning. They're like really big candle holders. Beautiful. We did pay up for these. So these will go to the antique centre. Just beautiful. Although they might just sit in my house for a little while. Then I've got, I think this looks like, I haven't looked to see if it's marked, but it looks like Tremor pottery, Cornish, dry sherry and sweet sherry, and whiskey. Again, I think they will probably go to the antique centre. This is unusual. You know I love studio pottery, so we got this beautiful studio pottery box. But it's like you've got to get the box the right way around or it won't shut. Don't know if this one is marked. Hang on one moment. Oh yeah, there's definitely a maker's mark there, so I'll have fun seeing if I can work out who makes them. It seems to be a 50-50 thing whether I can work out who made a thing or not. And then I've got a couple of West German pottery vases. So I've got this one, a big Butte. It does have a bit of damage on it, so we won't be getting top dollar for it, but I think we'll still do all right with that. And then this one again is a little bit damaged, but it's so beautiful, couldn't leave it behind. We will either keep it for ourselves or we will sell and list in the description what's wrong with it. But isn't it beautiful with these panels of blue, like cobalt blue panels in there, and then the textured feel around it, just absolutely gorgeous. It's a shame it's broken, but I guess we wouldn't have bought it if it was full price. So yeah, really pleased with that. Sorry about the glare on my glasses, I apologise. The sun is shining and I want to get out in the garden, so I'm doing this quick. A lovely Green Man plaque. I remember when I had my shop down in Devon, I got a whole job lot from an auction of Green Men plaques, and they all sold really quite quickly. This one's a concrete one. Isn't it gorgeous? Beautiful. Love that greenish tint to it as well. And then I got a set of 6 of these studio pottery cups. I think they're coffee cups. Can't see a maker on them. No, can't see a maker. But I got 6 of these. And then they also came with a jug and a sort of little lidded pot. Like that. And one saucer. One single saucer. So I don't think I'll be doing anything with the saucer, but the cups I can sell as a 6, and then the jug and we can call that a sugar bowl, can't we? Right, some pictures and prints. It's more Darren's thing than mine, but I will show you them anyway. So we've got this etched copper picture. I was never a great fan of this kind of thing, but actually they look quite effective. If you've got a few like on a wall together, they can look quite cool. So this is Dover Castle. There's that one. A little marquetry plaque with flowers. I got these 2. You know me, I love a miniature type picture. That will go on my wall in the office and on my website at some point. Birds, can't go wrong with some birds. Got this pair of pictures. Robins and bullfinches they look like. Yeah. Beautiful. Try not to damage anything. This is nice. Oh, can you see? Beautiful frame. The horse picture. A lovely painted silk, Japanese painted silk. That's gorgeous. I'm running out of space here. Hang on. Oh, this is unusual. Sort of African picture. Can you see that? I like the frame, it's got that bamboo effect. And this is beautiful. Beautiful little, don't know, maybe an oil painting? Gorgeous, isn't it? Yeah. So that's that. And then this is all still Saturday. A photo frame. You see? With this copper embossed top. Then there's this wood. And look at the leather tooled edge there. It's a photo album. There's no photos in it. It's just an empty photo album. But, oh, what does it say on the back? Made in Palestine. Oh, I've never noticed that. Can you see? Lovely tooled back as well. Gorgeous. Okay, well, let me put these things to one side and then I can show you the big bits. So we got this lovely bamboo chair. Really nice, just very solid, nicely made, good quality chair. Again, a really lovely, this is a rocking chair, a nice old one. It's in really good condition, really nice, that one. An unusual plant stand. Oh, a big red bin there. And then I bought these. What do you think of these? Some steps. I don't even know if they're that old, but I thought actually they could look quite good in my antique booth to display some stuff. And they're handy, look. I mean, actually, they'd be quite useful in the kitchen. Here's a quick look at Sunday morning's car boot haul. Again, I think I'm going to go through it in a little bit more detail, but there we go. Quick look at what we got today. Right, I've moved some of this stuff. I wouldn't say I found homes for everything, but I've kind of just like shuffled things around. And on the table in front of me is today's haul, apart from a few bits that are on the floor down here. Okay. Firstly, I'd like to say that most of this haul was found by Darren. I was having an off day and Darren was finding it all, and so I'm very grateful to have him with me today, because it just, for me, it wasn't happening, but for him, he's got some really lovely things. One thing I did buy, which is a little bit out of my comfort zone, it's not something I'd normally pick up, but I just thought I'd give it a go. This jewellery box. It's a musical one. When you pull this out, when it's been wound up, it does the music. And I just thought it was worth a try. As I say, it's not something that I've sold before, so I don't really know the deal on those sort of things. I'm not going to do this in any particular order. Darren picked up a whole bunch of CDs. These are all Sting CDs. A lot of them are CD singles. And he thought he'd just give it a go and see how he does with those. And then also, thing that I picked up, which isn't something I would normally pick up, a little Radley purse. I just thought it was worth a go. I'll probably stick that on Vinted. He got a couple of old annuals. Whizzer and Chips and Sparky. 1975, 1976. I don't remember these. I was a child in those years, but I don't remember those. Okay, love a bit of kitsch. I got these two little gnome planters. They are a bit worn. Can you see the paint's coming off their hats a bit? But I love those. I'm probably going to put those on my website and I'll do them as a pair, I think. If you like kitsch as much as me. This is nice, really heavy planter, very much mid-century style. Is it marked? No, it's not. It's not marked underneath, but that is really, really lovely. Darren got this as well, a little chain stick. A couple of pieces of studio pottery. This nice big mug. Look at the size of that. It has got a maker's mark down here, so I'll have a look. There's a website that I use, British and Irish Studio Pottery Marks, and I've also got a book of Studio Pottery Marks. So between the two, I sometimes I'm able to identify. These are always handy when it's got it written in a stamp like that. That's always helpful. Cute little Studio Pottery jug there. I got some placemats. I think I said to you ages ago, placemats I list and list and list. They don't really sell much during the year, and for some reason January they sell. So I tend to pick them up when I see them. These are really heavy. It's a set of 6 that size, then there's I think 1 or 2 big ones underneath, and then coasters as well, so it's really heavy. And these are Pimpernel ones. Planter, told you, always pick up a brass planter, that one, and also a smaller one, but this is lovely. Can you see this has got like the lion's heads and then the grapevines there? Love that. A couple of wall plaques. This one with the elephants, and this one with the goats. It's unusual, isn't it? You don't often see goats. That's faded quite a lot, because if you look at the back, it's like that. So I'm assuming that this probably was that colour originally, but still lovely. A nice brass elephant, all, with a pattern all over it. Indian, as in made in India, I would say. This pair of, is it a structure? I don't know. Anyway, those horses. I've got a bigger pair on my website at the moment. I might put the little pair on my website as well. I haven't decided. This is an absolute beaut. I don't tend to pick up Buddha heads anymore. I went through a phase when I had the shop down in Devon. They were very in at that point, and I was picking up any sort of Buddha heads that I saw. Now I only pick up really nice ones, and this is a really nice one. It's solid hardwood, really nicely made. So I think this one will make it to my website. A couple of boxes. This one has got this sort of, is that straw? Anyway, it's marquetry in there. But it's very light box. It's a very light box. That's the inside. Nicely made. That one. It does fit on better than that. I just haven't pushed it down. And this one, I love this. So one of these bent wood boxes, but on the top, some shrooms. We love some shrooms. It's even got some shrooms on the back. Hang on. I think that's a signature. 8094. Love us some shrooms. And then we picked up this just because it was a bit different. A big tray. It says, preparing to start Ascot Heath. It's just a bit different. It's got some age to it. Oh, it's even got a label. What does that say? Lady Claire, I think that says. Anyway, it's a bit different, isn't it? Not seen a long thin tray like in that sort of style before. A vintage cool box. Love that colour, turquoisey blue. Fabulous. That'll be going to the booth. These ones Darren picked up straight away. I claimed them and said, can I have these for my office and for my website? And he said yes. So I've got 4 bird prints. So there's these bullfinches, I would say. C.C. Wilson, they're signed. Looks like acrylic on board, or maybe oil on board, I'm not sure. That one. That one, don't know, is that a wagtail? Blue tits. And kingfisher. Love those 4, so they'll be going on my website. I did actually see this one. I left the buying up to Darren because he does the pictures and prints. This is Aysgarth Falls, Wensleydale. It's a limited edition print. Isn't that lovely? So I might take a bit of credit for that one. And then this large copper picture, peacock maybe, don't know. And then Darren picked up these little collection of these red resin Chinese figures. I love the lion, that's a lovely one, and that's a lovely one too. I think he's going to put those on eBay and see how they do on there. Wow, so what do you think of our bumper haul this weekend? Love it, love having all this stuff. Now I just need to find a home for it. Yeah, enough of this. I'm going to leave it all just exactly how it is. I might do some work later on this afternoon, but let's get out in the garden. The sun's gone. Where is the sun gone? Oh, it's not good enough. Still quite nice, to be fair. I thought I would show you some of the flowers that have come out, because I know that you can't wait to see them. My sweet peas are starting to flower, but they haven't grown an awful lot. Look at that. Diddy little things. More roses are coming out. I need to deadhead this one in the middle, but look at that. Beautiful. And look at the poppy in the main border as well. Isn't it looking beautiful? Darren's had to stake it because the wind's just been battering. But everything is looking very lush. Lush and green and beautiful and colourful. And this campanula's come out so much. Look at that. It's a beast. And this has started opening. The crazy daisy is going to be absolutely covered in buds. Love that. And I love the little bits in between. So at the back there you've got some phlox showing through, and down here there's some gypsophilia showing through. It's just the little delicates, and new little lopins opening up as well. And my salvias with the pink tips, they're starting to open. It's looking so good. And the bees, they love this. Oh, and this, I think it's a penstemon. It's looking good. Down here you could almost miss this. Beautiful little pink penstemon. I think that's what it is, I'm guessing. And at the back there, can you see? Like a purple. I think that's a campanula as well. You miss them because the big punchy things are in your face, that you miss the little delicate ones. The rose is still blooming. I need to deadhead again and cut out some of those big tall shoots that are taking over. But it's still looking absolutely beautiful. Darren's planting out some foxgloves that I'd saved them for the front garden, and I struggled to dig out the holes because the soil is so solid out there. So he's doing that for me, which is great. I need to plant out some helicurriculum something like that. These are looking pretty. I think these are Swan River daisies, but they're really pretty. What do you think, Benji? Do you like them? Yeah? Are they pretty like you? Yeah. And then over here, hidden in amongst these poppies and calendula, can you see? This is flowering. This is that gaura plant that I bought when I went for a walk at chapel, and I found a shop selling plants. So that's lovely. And this cosmos has started flowering, and how beautiful are these? So beautiful. And this doesn't look anything yet, but it's promising. So we've got rhubarb here, and Darren had planted some new rhubarb crowns in there, but they didn't take. So I did a scattering of seeds, hoping that I would have a nice big flourish of plants, and nothing happened for weeks. so I kind of gave up on it, but it's all started to happen. I did add a couple of extra bits. I put some of my dahlias in there, but nothing oh, I would say nothing's flowering. That's got a flower on it, and these gypsophilia are just about to open, so I'm excited about how this could look in a few weeks' time. So these are my extra dahlias that I need to plant out soon. Oh, and these are the ones that I couldn't pronounce. Hang on, let's get the label. Helichrysum, any ideas? Anyway, those, I need to get those planted out. I'm going to grow these roses on a little bit more. I think I'm giving up on these. I think I'm just going to tip these out because there's nothing really properly happening. This one I only did a couple of weeks ago, so that one will stay for a bit longer. There's not much else in here now. I've got a few cuttings. I'm hoping I've got a rose. I brought some rose back from my mum's garden and did some cutting, so I'm hoping that one of those will take at least. And then I found a broken branch on one of my salvias, so I did a cutting of that. And then this is bishop's flower, which needs planting out. But not much else in here now. Darren said that Monty Don, God of Gardening, told us that it's time to do softwood cuttings. So I think I'll clear the decks and start doing cuttings. If I can get this lot planted out, then I'll have space and I can get on with doing cuttings again. How are you feeling today, Jenny? Are you okay? You had a bit of an off day yesterday, didn't you? If you don't know, Jenny's 16 and covered in... Darren's been strimming. She's covered in grass clippings at the moment, aren't you? She does really well, but she had an off day yesterday. You didn't have an off day, did you? No. This one will eat anything. Anything and everything in sight, don't you? But Jenny was off her food yesterday and everything, so we were a little bit worried about her. Also, I need to say a really big thank you to Tina. Tina sent us some dog treats. It arrived yesterday. We didn't give them any last night just because Jenny's was a bit off for food and they'd literally just had their treats when it had arrived. So they will be having them very soon. But thank you so much, Tina. Did you spot the photos behind? This is what I was saying about Darren puts photos up everywhere. My children, they are a little bit bigger than that now. I am going to round up the vlog because I want to get on with some gardening. I want to get stuck in. The garden is looking absolutely beautiful and the border here is just looking how I want it to, but there are bits that are getting a little bit out of control, so I need to get in there and do some proper gardening. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. If you are interested in any of the things that you saw me show you this morning, have a look at my website, kirsten'scuriosities.co.uk. If you can't see it on there, then send me an email. There's an email in my description box, and I will let you know if I'm adding it to my website or where it is, etc, etc. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you could leave me a thumbs up and a comment, it really does help with the algorithms. And if you like my gentle vlogs about buying and selling vintage and about gardening and about the dogs, then subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you to the members on my channel. Really do appreciate your support. Anyway, I'll stop jabbering on. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon.